listen, there is something very strange that happens to a few human beings. They enter a room and the room enters them. The air moves differently. They feel the tension hiding behind polite words, the grief wearing the mask of laughter, the silent scream buried beneath another's calm exterior. People call this sensitivity, empathy, awareness, and they call it a gift. But hear me, a gift carried unconsciously can become the most dangerous thing you will ever hold. Not danger of knives and wounds and obvious harm, but a subtler danger that cuts deeper than any blade, the danger of seeing too much, of waking up in a world where most still sleep sweetly inside their beautiful dreams. Have you ever stood in the middle of a gathering and truly looked, not only with your eyes, but with your whole being? Everyone is performing. A carefully rehearsed drama unfolds. Gestures measured in invisible mirrors. Smiles counted and distributed like currency. Someone asks, "How are you?" And the other replies, "Fine, thank you." Both know it is not true. Both can feel the soft weight of the lie hanging between them, yet the lie is comfortable, domesticated. It oils the hinges of conversation. Compliments are exchanged like business cards. Laughter arrives on cue. Sympathy bows on command. The group agrees without speaking to remain near the surface, to keep the water placid, to never dive too deep. But then there is you, the one who sees through the surface. You notice the woman who flinches just a flicker when her husband speaks. You hear the tremor hiding under the loudest laugh. You feel the anxiety rippling across the room like a storm current beneath a glassy sea. And once you have seen, you cannot unsee. This is not a switch. This is not a door you can shut from the inside. Your perception has awakened, and awakening does not return to sleep on command. Here the danger begins. For when your eyes open, your very presence becomes a mirror. People suddenly feel naked near you. You did not undress them. You did not speak a word, yet they feel exposed. You are not judging, but they feel judged. You are not threatening their game, but your silence whispers the unspeakable. I know, I see. There is a performance here. Society depends on the performance. It cannot forgive the mirror. So the first danger arrives as isolation, not the ordinary loneliness of having too few friends, but a deeper aloneness. The felt reality of living in a different world while standing in the same room. You speak a language few understand. You see contours others were trained from birth to ignore. The clearer your perception becomes, the more invisible you may feel. The more awake you are, the more alone you may seem. I once knew a woman who could read a heart like one reads a letter. She could tell who was pretending, who was quietly breaking, who had closed some inner door and swallowed the key. She never announced it. She had no appetite for dramatic revelation, but people felt seen in a way they did not choose. They would say, "You are too intense. You read too much into things. Can't you just relax? Be normal?" They did not understand that once the ear hears, it cannot become deaf. Once the eye opens, it cannot return to darkness without damage. Asking her not to feel was like asking a river not to flow, a bird not to notice the sky. She lost friends not because she was unkind or cruel, but because truth burns away comforts built from straw. Many prefer the safety of wooden houses to the wildness of open air. Truth is fire, fire is uncompromising. Then comes the second danger, the impossible choice between silence and truth. When you see something false, what do? If you speak, you may be attacked, negative, paranoid, too sensitive. Why are you creating problems? As if your awareness were a conjurer's trick, making discomfort appear where none existed. If you remain silent, a subtler violence occurs, an inner cutting. You betray yourself. Each time you deny what you clearly see, each time you accept another's comfortable illusion over your own clear insight, a small crack appears in your being. Part of you knows, another part must pretend not to know. Slowly this becomes a quiet form of madness, the madness of disconnection from your own center. Soon arrives the third danger, doubt sharpened by the world's projection. You begin to wonder if perhaps you are the problem, perhaps you are wrong, perhaps everyone else is sane and you are not. The pattern is ancient. The world turns upon the one who sees. The seer disturbs the dream, so the dream calls the seer a nightmare. You are too serious, too dramatic. You are imagining things. Shoot the messenger so no one must face the message. The collective story must survive, even if truth must be sacrificed, and often the truth teller with it. Finally, the fourth danger, the most silent and most exhausting, absorption. You take in everything. Other people's pain drifts into you. Their confusion confuses you. Their fear drops like stones into your chest. You live as a sponge, soaking invisible sorrows from the atmosphere. You enter a room light, you leave heavy with what is not yours. Slowly you forget what belongs to you at all. The boundary between self and other dissolves. You no longer know what you feel, what you believe, what you are. The mirror forgets it has its own face. This is not poetry. This is the daily weather of sensitive souls. When sensitivity is boundaryless, when you have no inner door that can close gently, you lose your center and drown in waters that are not even your own. So yes, the danger is real, but understand something crucial. The danger lives in unawareness about awareness. When you do not understand this mechanism, your gift behaves like a curse. When you do, the same gift becomes wisdom. Clarity is not a disease to be cured, it is a power to be carried with consciousness. The real hazard is not seeing, it is the compulsion to act upon everything you see. The belief that if you perceive suffering, you must heal it. If you sense dysfunction, you must correct it. If you detect a lie, you must tear it away from the face. This is the exhaustion of the empath, bleeding for wounds that are not yours to bandage, carrying crosses you were never asked to lift. Consider a river. The water is muddy, disturbed. You notice the silt swirling. You have two choices. You can leap into the water and thrash about, splashing in your urgency to make it clear, or you can sit quietly upon the bank, knowing the river will settle when its own current slows. Your awareness is the sitting, not the splashing. The most intelligent response is often a patient presence. Not everything you perceive is yours to fix. Not every pain you sense is yours to heal. Not every darkness is yours to illuminate. This is the difficult lesson. Your seeing does not obligate you to intervention. Many times, your seeing is already the healing. When you stop trying to force awakening upon others, your presence becomes gently transformative. When you no longer demand that people change according to your schedule, your awareness softens from harsh alarm to morning light. People who feel fully seen without being pushed begin to relax, and in that relaxation, the possibility of organic change appears. They may awaken slowly or not at all. Both must be allowed. You are not the manager of their timing. True seeing is not intervention. True seeing is presence allowing what is hidden to be visible without violence, urgency, or demand. It is the art of holding space for another's suffering without extracting it from them. It is the patience to witness confusion without distributing answers that were not requested. This is the maturity of awareness, compassion, replacing compulsion, love no longer chained to control. Do not become cold. Do not climb into a tower of superiority, peering down at the world's sleeping streets. That is another kind of blindness, the blindness of pride wearing the costume of clarity. Seeing clearly does not require cynicism. It does not demand hardening. It invites a tenderness that is strong enough to remain open without being consumed. Let your care be free of outcomes. Let your compassion cease bargaining for results. Help when love moves, not when the ego needs to rescue. You can be in the world, yet not of its unconsciousness. You can witness everything, yet not drown in it. You can be sensitive and strong, open and rooted, vulnerable and unshakable. This is possible. But it requires practice, awareness, love of solitude, the discipline to return to center again and again. I call this conscious distance, not indifference but balance, not coldness but clarity. Stand like a tree, let your branches sway with life, feel everything, and keep your roots deep in the soil of your own being. Storms may move through you, but do not become the storm. You are not the weather, you are the space in which the weather dances. How do you find this rootedness? Through solitude, not escape, not running to a cave of avoidance, but real solitude, time away from others' thoughts, others' moods, others' dreams, time to return to your own vibration, your own breath, your own stillness. Let the muddy waters of your mind settle until your reflection appears again. Then, when you re enter the marketplace, your awareness remains clean. You can feel everything without carrying it all home. You can love deeply without losing yourself. You can see clearly and still remember who is seeing. Cultivate practices that anchor you. Sit each day, even for a few minutes, and watch the breath come and go. Name what is present without swallowing it. Sadness is here, anger is here, tension is here. Watch it pass like clouds crossing a wide sky. Meet another person's storm the same way. Storm is here. Know the difference between weather and sky. The sky never argues with the cloud. It allows, it includes, it remains. Hold 3 inward vows, not mine. When foreign pain enters, acknowledge it kindly and let it pass through. Not now. When you sense something true but timing is unripe, trust ripening, not needed. When the ego reaches to rescue for its own importance, release the impulse. These are not rejections, they are boundaries shaped like love. Learn also the discipline of the gentle no. A no spoken from the center is a blessing for both. It protects your flame from winds not meant to pass through you. Remember, the lamp does not chase darkness, it simply remains lit. And remember, humor. The awake can laugh not the laughter that hides tears, but the laughter that springs from the absurdity of pretending to control all that is wild. Laughter puts air into the lungs of seriousness. It turns rigid truths into living ones. You will find others who see as you do. They are rare, but they exist, quiet monks of the marketplace, invisible healers, neighbors with bright eyes. When such souls meet, there is an immediate loosening inside the chest. Ah, you too. Words become optional. Presence does the work. Together you become small lamps in a long night. You do not shake sleepers. You widen the dawn by being dawn. Now, a necessary caution. Clarity without humility becomes a weapon. Sensitivity without boundaries becomes martyrdom. Compassion without wisdom becomes intrusion. Wisdom without compassion becomes ice. Keep these pairs married. Let your seeing kneel before mystery. Let your boundaries be soft enough to feel, strong enough to stand. Let your help be invited. Let your restraint be loving. Do not scorn the sleepers you too once dreamed. The seed sleeps in winter and nothing is wrong. Trust the seasons of souls. Someone's spring will not arrive because you shout at their snow. It will arrive when their inner sun warms the frozen earth. Your task is simpler and more difficult. Warm your own heart until it shines without smoke. When you must speak, speak from love, not from rightness. Test your words with 3 gates. Is it true? Is it needed? Is it the moment? If any gate remains closed, bow and be silent. Silence itself is a teaching when it is full of awareness. There will be days when the flood of feeling is too much, when the world's noise drips through every seam. On such days, become small. Make tea. Put both feet on the ground. Touch something, living, a tree, a dog, your own heart. Whisper inwardly, I am here. This is not retreat, this is repair. The lamp that is tended burns longer. Understand also, the body is your instrument. Do not use it as a trash bin for the atmosphere's discarded moods. Move, breathe, walk as if you were stirring the settled waters of your being back into clarity. Rest as if rest is prayer. Eat as if you were feeding the witness that lives behind your eyes. Awareness gains grace in a well-tended house. The gift and the danger, you see, are the same thing seen from 2 seeds. Unconscious, the gift isolates. Conscious, it illuminates. Unconscious, it compels. Conscious, it allows. Unconscious, it drowns. Conscious, it floats, buoyant, available, free. What about those who call you too much? Bless them. They are telling you their capacity, not your size. Adjust your proximity, not your truth? What about those who beg you to fix their storms? Sit with them beneath an umbrella. Do not promise to move the sky. What about your own despair when the world clings to its dream? Make beauty anyway. Light a candle, write a kind message, water a plant. These are not small acts, they are precise ones. They tune your instrument to the frequency of sanity. When you doubt yourself and you will return to first principles, I am the witness, not the weather. I can see without taking. I can feel without drowning. I can love without rescuing. I can serve without disappearing. Let these be your quiet sutras. You ask, but if I do not act, will nothing change? The river answers, I reshape stone without hands. Presence is not passivity, it is the highest form of participation. From presence, action is clean, no residue of ego, no smoke of urgency. When you do move, you will move like water soft, patient, unstoppable. If ever you must choose between belonging and integrity, choose integrity and you will find the belonging that has your name on it. If ever you must choose between being understood and being true, be true. Understanding will come in its own time, sometimes not at all, which is also a kind of teaching. Do not confuse exhaustion with devotion. If your service leaves you empty, you are giving from the wrong well. Drink first, then offer. This is not selfishness, it is the economy of the soul. The cup that overflows waters the table. The cup that is tipped while empty breaks. Now let us turn gently to forgiveness, not the noisy forgiveness that announces itself, but the quiet one that loosens the knot within. Forgive the world for sleeping, it does not owe you wakefulness. Forgive yourself for shouting. That is how newborns first breathe. Forgive the times you rescued to be needed. Forgive the times you withheld out of fear. Each was a lesson about edges and openings. Thank them and walk on. What does walking on look like? Simplicity. Doing the next true thing. Speaking one honest sentence. Taking one mindful breath. Offering one sincere smile that is not for performance. Pausing one extra moment before you answer to check if love or fear is about to speak through you. This is how a life becomes a lamp. Match by match, moment by moment. The ordinary consecrated by awareness. And when the mind asks for guarantees, will I be safe if I live this way? Tell it the truth. Safety is not the promise. Reality is, you may lose approval and gain peace. You may lose noise and gain music. You may lose the crowd and find companionship with the few who can look into your eyes without flinching. You will not be protected from sorrow. You will be protected from pretending. One day you will enter a room as you always have, feeling the currents under the conversation, the shadows behind the faces, and you will also feel your root deep and quiet. You will notice pain without swallowing it, falsehood without fighting it, beauty without trying to capture it. You will move like a breeze that disturbs nothing and refreshes everything. And the room will not know why it feels different, only that it does. If you forget everything, remember this. Keep your eyes open and your heart soft. See deeply, but do not drown. Feel fully, but do not absorb. Speak when love asks, and be silent when silence teaches. Stand like a tree, branches tender, roots unwavering. Let your seeing be a lamp, not a knife. The world may prefer closed eyes. Do not curse it for sleeping. Dawn does not argue with night, it arrives. Be that arrival steady, warm, patient. Your task is not to wake the world by force. Your task is to remain awake without hardness, to carry awareness as a blessing rather than a burden, and then watch what happens. The danger becomes a doorway. The sensitivity that once isolated you becomes a bridge. The empathy that once drowned you becomes a river that knows its banks. The awareness that once cut now heals, not by erasing pain, but by holding it within a larger sky. This is your dance. This is your meditation. This is your gift to existence, to live with eyes wide open in a world that would prefer them closed, and to do so without bitterness. To be the mirror that remembers it has a face. To be the witness that refuses to abandon love. To be the lamp that keeps its small, steady flame, not to burn down the house, but to show the way to the door. Listen, breathe, and let your very way of seeing become your way of blessing.